The wake-up call is not that you need to blow up your life. It is that you need to stop treating your own life like an afterthought. In this video, I want to help you see the difference between being responsible as a mom and slowly disappearing from your own life. By the end, you will have one deep question and one small check that can bring you back into your life. I'm Katja, and I'm helping women stop living on autopilot and start making choices that actually feels like their own again. And I'm also a mom, so I'm speaking from real life. Tired evenings or tired mornings, full calendar, family love, and the question, what am I actually modeling? Because so many moms are not really stuck, I would say. The house is running, the calendar is full, the kids are cared for, the work gets done, the family machine keeps moving, and from the outside, everything looks fine. But inside, there is a sentence like, this can't be it. Maybe it's not loud, not desperate, but honest. This can't be the whole story of my life. And I want to speak to the woman who exactly knows what I mean. The mom who wakes up and immediately thinks about what everybody else needs. What do the kids need? The school, the job, the house, the groceries, appointments, the things someone forgot, and now somehow it's yours. And then somewhere far down the list, there is you. Maybe. If there's time, if there's energy left, if nobody needs anything else. And this is not about blaming your family. This is not about resenting your kids. It's not about becoming selfish. It's just about telling the truth to yourself. Are you living your life, or are you just making sure everybody else's life keeps running? Maybe that question is uncomfortable because it cuts through the nice story. Because most moms do not wake up one day and decide, I'm going to abandon myself. I know it happens slowly. You say yes because it's easier. You keep going because someone has to. You postpone yourself because this week is crazy. And then the next week is crazy. And then suddenly your own life feels something you visit sometimes and not something you live in. And sometimes the wake-up call comes through your kids. And that was true for me. When my daughter was born, something in me shifted. Suddenly there was this little human being, and I just wanted to spend my time with her, not just to squeeze her into the leftovers of my day. I didn't want the story to be first the work, then the tasks, then the responsibility, then my daughter gets the tired version of me. And I get whatever is left after that. And so I started to ask myself another question. What do I want for her? I want her to trust herself. I want her to follow her dreams. I want her to know that her life belongs to her. And then the question turned around and looked straight at me. Am I living that? Because our kids do not only learn from what we tell them, they learn from what we normalize every day. They learn from how we treat our own needs. They learn from how we speak to ourselves. They learn from whether we say, I matter too, or whether we silently disappear once everybody else needs something. And I don't want you to feel guilty because that keeps you frozen. But the truth gives you a choice. And here is the truth that I want to offer you. A good mom is not a mom with no needs. A good mom is a woman who takes responsibility even for herself. And there is a difference between responsibility and self-betrayal. Responsibility says, I care for the people I love, and self-betrayal says, my needs don't matter anymore. I show up And self-betrayal says, I disappear so nobody else feels uncomfortable. Responsibility makes you steady, but self-betrayal makes you resentful, irritated, exhausted, or maybe quietly sad. And if you have been snapping more than usual, if you feel flat, if you tiny think that you scream for, or you think I should be grateful, but why I'm so empty, maybe you are not living in your own life. And that's the line. You can love your family and still need space. You can be grateful and still want more. You can be responsible and still have dreams. You can be a devoted mom and still refuse to become a background character in your own story. And that is not selfish, that's self-leadership. And for many women or moms, this is a real wake-up call. Your life may be not completely wrong, but you are not fully included in it. You are present in the tasks, but not in the direction. You are present in the care, but not in the desire. Or you are present in the logistics, but not in the dreams. And that is why another bubble bath will not fix this, because not another surface. It's a different kind of exhaustion. A woman who forgot that she's also alive. So here's what I want you to take from this video. Do not ask, how do I escape my life? Ask, where have I left myself out in it? And that maybe changed everything, because when you ask, how do I escape? Your nervous system panics. You start thinking about money, timing, kids, marriage, work, security, and suddenly the whole thing feels impossible. But when you ask, where have I left myself out? You can start today. You can start with the truth you have not said out loud so far. You can start with the need you keep swallowing, or you can start with the hour you keep giving away. You can start with the dream you keep treating like a cute little hobby, when deep down you know it is connecting you to your actually inner self. So I want you to give you a simple practice. I call it the Afterthought Check. So take your notes app or a journal or the back of a receipt, whatever you have. It's not that a perfect notebook is required. So we are starting with 3 questions. So number 1 is, where am I treating myself like leftovers? Where do you only give yourself what is left after everyone else has been served? Time, energy, money, attention, permission. Number 2 is, what need have I never said out loud? Not as a complaint, as the truth. I need help, I need space, I need rest, I need time to think, I need to create again, or I need one evening that belongs only to me, or I need to stop pretending I'm fine. And number 3 is, what is one small decision that would include me again? Not change the whole life by Friday, just include yourself. That could be a walk without making it productive, or a conversation that you've been avoiding, a no that should have been a no for months, or a notebook, a job search, a creative hour, a real boundary. Just one decision that tells your system, I'm still here. Because the beginning is not always dramatic. Sometimes the beginning is you finally say, I need this. Sometimes it's you not apologizing for wanting more, or it is you looking at your daughter and realizing, I cannot teach her to follow her dreams while I keep burying mine under the laundry basket. And this is where it gets deep. Here is a wake-up question I want to leave you with. If your daughter copied the way you treat your own needs, your own dreams, your own life, would you feel proud? Or would you want to take her face in your hands and say, sweetheart, please don't disappear like that from your own life? I want you that you model a life that is louder than the advice you give. And your kid does not need a perfect mom. She needs a mom who is honest enough to come back to herself. A mom who can love deeply without vanishing. A mom who can carry responsibility without calling it self-abandonment as love. A woman who's brave enough to say, my life matters too. So no, you don't need to blow up your life. You need to stop disappearing inside of it. So please write this down. My life is not an afterthought. And this week, I do one thing that proves it. Not to the world, just to myself. If this video hits you, let me know and write reclaim in the comments. Thank you for being here.